The time is 7 in the morning. Your journey has lasted 14 hours. You are drained, your luggage is heavy, and your sole desire is to exit the airport and return home. You approach the CBP officer at the booth, you slide your passport under the window, and everything seems routine. Then the officer views his screen. He does not return your passport. He types. He picks up a telephone. Then he speaks 4 words that feel concerning. Please, come with me. You are escorted to a rear room. The door shuts. A different officer sits across from you and opens your file on his monitor. He looks at you and states, I require 5 years of bank statements. In that instant, you understand you are unprepared. You possess no documents. You have no printed records. You do not even comprehend the reason for the request. While you sit there formulating a response, a procedure has already begun that could conclude with you on a flight to your home country by sunset, facing a 5-year re-entry restriction, without a formal hearing, a judge, or an opportunity for appeal. This is not a theoretical situation. This is occurring to actual visa holders and permanent residents currently at airports and border crossings across the United States. If you do not understand precisely why this happens and exactly how to respond, you face considerable risk. Let me explain what most individuals commonly misunderstand in these circumstances. This is where the difficulty lies, and it is a situation that has already impacted thousands of people's immigration status, careers, and lives in America. When a CBP officer requests financial documents at the border, most individuals react in one of 3 ways. They become anxious and speak excessively, offering information they should not disclose. They act defensively, which the officer may interpret as suspicious. Or they provide no useful response because they never prepared, never considered this possibility, and assumed a valid visa guaranteed entry. Each of these reactions can hasten the path to what is termed an expedited removal order. Receiving one alters your situation immediately and significantly. Under an expedited removal order, you are refused admission to the United States on site. Your visa is canceled immediately. You are typically placed on a direct flight out of the country within 24 to 48 hours and are ineligible to return for 5 years. There is no immigration judge present. There is no court hearing. There is no standard appeal process. The officer questioning you is also the officer who issues the decision. According to published legal guidance and confirmed operational procedures, this process is lawful, currently in full effect, and applies to H-1B workers, F-1 students, B-1, B-2 visitors, permanent residents returning from abroad, and virtually every other immigration category. The decision hinges on the CBP officer's determination at that moment that you are inadmissible. Therefore, the question is not if this could occur, but whether you are ready. Now, let me provide the necessary legal context, because knowledge is your safeguard. Under the Immigration and Nationality Act, specifically Section 212, a person seeking admission must demonstrate they are not inadmissible on any listed grounds. One ground, found in Section 212A(4), is the public charge provision. This means if a CBP officer has reason to believe you cannot support yourself financially in the United States or may become primarily dependent on government assistance, that officer can find you inadmissible. Financial documents, including bank statements, are a key tool CBP uses to assess self-sufficiency. This is not a new law, but its application has become more rigorous and broad. Since January 2025, executive directives have significantly expanded the enforcement posture at ports of entry. Officers now operate under guidance to conduct more thorough financial and biographical vetting during admissions interviews, especially in secondary inspection. Furthermore, due to the biometric entry-exit rule, every non-citizen's biometric data is matched against government databases upon approach. If this match indicates any alert, discrepancy, or prior immigration matter, the likelihood of secondary inspection rises substantially. In secondary inspection, the officer possesses broader authority, more time, and additional tools. Under standard operating procedures, they can legally examine apps on your phone, including financial applications if accessible on the device. This is the current environment each time you cross a U.S. border. Now, I must address misinformation spreading on social media and messaging platforms, as it is incorrect and potentially harmful. One claim suggests CBP has no right to inquire about finances, that only USCIS evaluates financial eligibility, and that requesting bank statements at the border is an overreach. This is inaccurate. CBP possesses full statutory authority under the INA and DHS regulations to evaluate financial admissibility at the port of entry. Another claim states a valid visa prevents denial for financial reasons. This is also incorrect. A visa permits travel to seek admission. It does not guarantee entry. The CBP officer makes the final admissibility decision and is not bound by the prior consular decision. I have observed comments advising individuals to refuse financial questions by citing the Fifth Amendment. As a non-citizen seeking admission at the border, you do not have identical Fifth Amendment protections as someone inside the country facing criminal charges. Refusing to cooperate with a CBP admissions interview is typically treated as a failure to establish admissibility, which can result in denial of entry. These myths are not merely wrong, they are hazardous. Heeding such advice can lead to an expedited removal order quickly. Now let me provide the action plan. This is the part that can protect you. After watching this, here is what to do. First, compile your bank statements from the past 5 years. Log into your bank's online portal. Download your monthly statements for the last 60 months. Save them in a clearly labeled folder on your device, and in cloud storage you can access remotely. Do this for all your accounts. When asked to demonstrate financial stability, you want to show a consistent financial history with regular income deposits, an adequate balance for your stay, and no unexplained large transactions. If your history shows irregular patterns, prepare a simple written explanation for your records. Second, print and carry a physical copy of your most recent 3 months of statements every time you travel internationally. Yes, physical copies. While officers can search your phone, they cannot compel access to remote cloud accounts. Having physical documents ready shows preparation and organization, which can positively influence the interaction. Third, know your admissibility profile before travel. Log into your I-94 record at the official CBP website and confirm all previous entries and exits are accurate. Address any discrepancies before your next trip, not during an inspection. If you have ever overstayed a visa, had a prior removal, or any border issue, consult an immigration attorney before traveling. These alerts will appear in the system when your biometrics are scanned, and an unprepared traveler with such an alert is likely to be referred for further inspection. Fourth, if you are a lawful permanent resident traveling internationally, carry physical evidence of your ties to the United States every time you cross. This includes your most recent tax return, employment records or pay stubs from the past year, proof of your U.S. address, and ideally, an employer letter confirming your position. Permanent residents can be sent to secondary inspection where the continuity of your U.S. residence may be reviewed. Bank statements from a U.S. account showing sustained activity are strong evidence. Fifth, if placed in secondary inspection and asked detailed financial questions, here is how to respond. Remain calm and direct. Do not over-explain. If asked where you work, state clearly, "I am employed by employer name as a job title." If asked about finances, say, "I have my bank statements available if you would like to see them," and present the physical copies. If you do not understand a question, it is appropriate to say, "I want to ensure I understand correctly. Could you please clarify?" You are not being evasive, you are being precise. Never volunteer unrequested information, as it often creates additional questions. Sixth, and crucially, if you are issued any document during secondary inspection, a sworn statement, interview summary, or any form with your name and case number, keep every copy. These documents are essential for any future legal review, reconsideration request, or waiver application. Guidance from immigration law firms notes that officer errors can occur, and a written record is vital if you need to challenge a decision. My name is June. I am a senior immigration analyst with 6 years of experience. And on VisaPath USA, I do not give you opinions. I give you the survival strategies that keep families together. What you just heard is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to arm you, because the border environment currently is the most rigorous it has been in over a generation. And the people who get through it without incident are not the ones with the most expensive attorneys or the most powerful visas. They are the ones who showed up prepared. Immigration rules change overnight. Join my communication community for instant alerts before I post on YouTube. The link is in the description below, and I want you in that group before your next trip. As a reminder, everything covered in this video reflects verified information as of the current date based on official customs, homeland security, and immigration law frameworks, as well as analysis from immigration law experts, immigration advocacy organizations, and legal immigration resources. This content is for informational purposes only. It is not legal advice. For your specific situation, please consult a qualified immigration attorney. Policy changes can and do occur. Always verify with official sources before you travel. If this video helped you, like it right now and share it with every visa holder and permanent resident card holder you know. It could be the most important thing they watch this year. If you want accurate, fast, and reliable immigration updates, subscribe to VisaPath USA right now and turn on notifications. Staying informed is no longer optional, it is essential. I am June. Protect your status, protect your family.